Well, hi-yo there. The selection of swims a little bit, the swim opposite where I was fishing last week, it's got a man in it. There's a day angler in the swim I was in last week. There's another day angler in a swim I was very interested in. I've got a bay here I could fish, and the problem is I don't know how long the guy's in it. It's going to stay there for, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, simply because when he goes, someone will probably move in here and face me, and I don't really want anyone doing that, but it does look tempting. There's a good bit of weed in here. The wind's pushing down, but they do love it in here when the wind pushes down. But look at the weed, it is pretty intense, really, isn't it? You just got to find a hole in that weed and knit everything into it. But yeah, you can sort of, I can rake the front of the swim clear and easily fish some little areas out there. But my favourite gap swim is free. Being as it's either that really, or down the end of the points to the left of me, which seems silly when this swim is free. I think I'll be mental really not to go in it for 3 nights. So I sort of thought about it, clanged around, wandered around, had a look up there to the end of that point, but it's inevitable. If I don't go in here, someone else will. So you sort of answer your own question really about where you should actually go. So here it is. This is where it's going to be me. Hopefully for the next 3 nights. We'll see how things go. I never get too excited about things. There's a bit of weed in the lake right at the front, so I've got my weed or my rake. I might see if I can get in and rake some of that out at the front of the swim away. Don't know if that's going to be possible. Not sure whether I can get in there and how deep it is, but there's only one way of finding out. But I don't want to be losing fish in that. We'll just have to see what occurs really, won't we? But there we go. Righty-o. Righty-ho. Right, so I'm in the swim now, narrow here, but what I am going to do, before I make any rash decisions about precisely what we're up to, I'm quite sure it's, I say weed free out there, but it's been fished quite recently, several times now, and no one's complained about the weed. So however, I just want to, I'm not going to stick a gripper lead on, I'm going to strip a sort of hair type lead on. I want to feel the bottom and maybe pick up some weed. Get the lead and the braid rod out, I think. See what I can discover. How well the bottom actually feels out there. I know the marker floats braid, but I just sort of want to lead around a little bit more. Yeah. Next concern, I'm not quite where everyone else was fishing last week, but it doesn't really, I don't know. Many fish are used to finding that bait in that area. See, this is the trouble, see. Well, I know they have been, because it's been fishing quite well. So yeah. Let's sort of boot it in that direction. the normal sort of, that's the sort of range I felt. It felt like sound it was landing in, see? Yeah, so that's picked up a bit of weed there. It's not a lot, but a bit of weed. It's still quite clear through there. Yeah. A bit more weed closer in, I think. Yeah. A little bit silkweed closer in. Yeah. So you're using a little bit of Carp's watches and things. See me doing a little bit of a right, it's time to start wrapping. Well, I've sort of started, I just remembered that I haven't sort of done it. So, what we got then? So, 1, 2, 3. There we go. On the third, this is the range rod. It's not really the range. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right. We take the 16 because we know what the drop feels like. I think we've got to make sure we end up exactly there. So, take the 16. Squeaky reel. I thought it was about 16. I'd bombed up, marking up with a clip from last session, and the and it's still landing around about there, which is good really. So yeah, that's right then. So that one's ready to go out. I've just done that one. Let's go on let's see what we can do with this one. This one's a little short rod and a little pop up on it as well. And I've gone for the braid on this one because I don't know. No, we'll see. So what we got? It's not very many. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 9 and a bit. So 9 and a half. Yeah, 9 and a half. That's roughly my normal spot. That is 9 and a half. Yeah, a lovely gully. A gravelly gully in between some weed. That's my wife sort of pop up because I think they're going to be transiting through rather than doing anything else really. So I'm going to go and put the range rod out because that might take a few casts to actually get bang on. I think we'll see where we go really. But yeah, so it might take a few little casts to get right, that might, but we'll see how we go. It's got to be quite accurate, this one has, because otherwise it ends up in quite hard silt. Just to the left of it is a lot softer, nicer, so I've got to get it really accurately. Not like that, it won't. A nice little weed bed in front of me, which I'm hoping is not going to cause me any problems. It sort of protects me from floating debris blowing in, like floating weed. So I've sort of opted to leave it there at the moment. I think it's been there a few years on and off when I fished here before, so yeah, you just sort of pick up little floating stuff and it protects my line, so I've sort of accepted I'm going to have that over constant beeping and rubbish on your line, so it's the other thing really. Good shot, but too far. No, it's not bad actually, that one. Maybe that's better than I thought it was. Let's get it straight across that. Notice I've got me ASR net back, so I love using it in this lake. Works really well. Right, come on. Oh, that's better. That's better. Beautiful. Beautiful peach. Absolutely peach. I'm using single bank sticks, separate from each other this time because I want them. I've got to guide them through the weed beds. Realistically, around the side of the weed beds. Right, yeah, let's do this. Done well today so far. I've helped out one of the fellow syndicate members. Two fellow syndicate members with fish. And a photograph of one. Yeah, done quite well. Came across someone else that was a right old bird's nest of his braid around his distance sticks. Sorted that out. So it's all good. It's nice. And so I seen a couple of fish on the bank as well. It's always good. Fish during the day, seeing them on the bank during the day. Just drive around, a couple of chats with other people as well. Yeah, so I sort of done all that. It was nice to do all that with everybody. So happy with that. What you want to do? Help people out. That's what it's all about. Helping people out, helping fellow anglers, enjoying your surroundings, and yeah, just doing your thing really. So, going for a pop up. It's going to be quite nailed to the ground, to be fair. I like these pop-ups to sit, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah. A little bit of silkweed coming from this rod a couple of times, so it sort of goes around a bit, and it's a bit of an interception route, really. Sometimes we're passing through it, so it's sort of something sticking up a little bit just to let their appetites. Other than that, it's supposed to be rain most of tomorrow, sunny today, so there's some entertaining conditions over the next couple of days. So yeah, I haven't got my winter skin, so I should buy out if this leaked in monsoon weather like it did before. See what we can do. Have the old sounds on. I keep getting it, but it isn't trying to potty. Right, I don't need my finger stall on this one because it's literally, what did I say? 9.5, 16 and 9.5. So when I unplug my phone, you've got to remember to do 16 and 9.5. Write it down. Always write it down. Yeah, every single time. Write it down along with what bait's on what as well. That's how you forget, but middle of the night you forget what you've done. So this has got to be a little gentle flick. Not far enough. Close. Nearly close enough. Yeah, slightly lefter. I don't think I picked anything up. Well, as you've seen, I've pitched up on Meadow Lake, running what's called the gap swim. Driven around, had a chat with a few people, a few fish coming out, so I stand a good chance, similar to what I did last week. So only about hope that's what occurs again. Yeah, surprised to find myself here a little bit really, but then again not. So I think it's well, it is what it is really. I don't know really. It'll be nice to spend some time in a different area, different lake for a bit. It does look good out there, it does feel fishy out there. Wind's pushing nicely on this bank and will be again. It's going to do a southwesterly for 24 and a bit hours and then head back my way again. So I've got one rod quite close in, 9.5 wraps out there, and the other one is 16 rods sort of out there as well. I haven't gone too far, there's a lot of weed around. Not too bad in this area, but the last thing I want them doing is kiting into the weed bed, and just end up losing something. So I'm playing it safe at the moment. Also, it's sort of, you know, with my arm and my back, it's sort of like the limit of what I can do. I think gone are the days of spamming at sort of silly numbers of wraps. You never know, a little tiny amounts of bait is not a problem really, but anything more than that was clearly a bit too much of an effort really. Hurts too much, it's not worth the aggro. So we're all pitched up here. There's a good bit of rain coming in tomorrow, so we shall hopefully be safe and sound here. Should look good really. You just have to fingers crossed really. Yeah, quite looking forward to it really. It'll be nice, enjoyable, pitched up. Right, I shall give you an update as the afternoon and the evening progresses. Take it from there. I need a brew, what I do really need, and some lunch. Well, it's gone 7 o'clock, I think, ish, something like that. I did actually look at the time before I came out and started doing this, but I forgot what it said. Old age kicking in. Doesn't that look beautiful? It's not a sunset, but that sort of mirror image you get, and sort of flat, calm skies and things. Absolutely gorgeous, really. Yeah, it's nice, really. Quite nice indeed. So, yeah, well, had a bit of bream action, which is always a bit of a worry, but hey-ho. Not a lot we can do about that. I managed to fall off before I got it into the bank, so I don't have to deal with it, which has its bonus and things like that. So, yeah, it's not too bad. There's, what have we got now on here? I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of us. Not 100% sure, so it's not sort of too bad for this sort of place in the night during the week, to be fair. Just like wandering around here a little bit. It's quite nice, stretch my legs, because tomorrow apparently it's going to be wet, windy and rainy, which is brilliant for carp fishing, not so good for the chilling out in the walking around the undergrowth and things. I must admit that one of my shoes are getting wet just walking through here, which is surprising really. Yeah, amazing really. What they're sort of up to really. Someone looks like they're setting up and doing a night in one of the swimmers over there. Interesting. Oh well. But, yeah, so we shall see. It's all very good and things. On mole attack down here. I don't want to go much further or anything. I'm not be like too far away from the swim, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a bit naughty this far away, but I don't sort of worry too much when I'm fishing open water and stuff. Oh, you've got the old rose hips there. I wonder if that means there's a bad winter coming. I don't know really. Who knows? Who knows? The guy I spoke to earlier came round asking for, I think he wanted to come where I was and couldn't, so I sent him off with someone who fished the last couple of nights and had 4 fish, so if he's set up there, maybe sort of catch something, would be quite good realistically. See, people have been using their trolleys across here rather than going through the dodgy gap really. Yeah, it's nice, all flat, calm and quiet at the moment, so it's not going to take this for too long really. Yeah, he's over there sitting out in his chair enjoying himself. Yeah, it's good. I'm just sort of waiting for a little bit past dusk to come, and then I want to stick some 20 mils out. So obviously you saw what I've got, quite sort of small stuff. Actually, you might not have seen what I've got. I'll put a photograph of it on the website. So yeah, you might not have seen what I got. I might do a little bit of video about it tomorrow, what's actually sort of like left in there. But yeah, so it's all sort of mostly small stuff apart from 12 mils, and I like to sort of mix it up and put a couple of a few low 20 mils out there as well. That sort of gives them something different, a little bit different to feed on, things like that. So I don't feel the feeling on sort of like micro stuff and anything like that. But there we go. Yeah, no, it's looking all good. It's looking all nice. I'm quite confident something will rattle off tonight. So yeah, fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed indeed. Look at that, beautiful. I'm going to take a photograph of that. Right, I shall see you in the night. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, I wasn't going to do any more videoing, but there's a rainbow there. Straight up, straight down. Must be some sort of, well, I don't think it's raining, but must be some water in the air there. Absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? Weird, really. You can actually get something in the at night that actually does that. Or a moonbow, would you believe? If you don't believe me, Google it, because I've actually I've seen one myself and I couldn't understand what it was. But yeah, Google it and see. Quite amazing, really. But there we go. Right, I'll catch you on some lunch.